Hey, what's happening, guys? So, I did not record anything last week. I promise I went for some runs. I'll put some pictures in this area over here somewhere. Kind of show you the couple runs that I did. I did do like I don't want to say a max effort, but I did a pretty good hard run, which will be right around in there. For me anyway, I mean, it was a hard run. And let me just tell you, after taking a month off, my endurance is gone. It was everything I had to hold a sub 8-minute pace for 2 miles. That was a little rough. So I don't know why I didn't record anything. I just didn't last week. I don't know if I just wasn't feeling like it or what was going on, but here we are. It's a new week. I've kind of built myself a little 1-month plan to kind of see how that goes. It's going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So Mondays will just be a 2-mile run in zone 2 heart rate. Wednesday will be like an interval day, and that will be going between zone 2 and zone 4 for some splits there. So I'll tell you more about that when it comes around. And then Thursday will be another 2-mile run in zone 2, and then Saturday will be 4 miles in zone 2. That's all I'm going to do this whole month. It's nice, easy run. So it'll be 2, 4, 8, probably a little over 10 miles for the week, maybe 12, 13 miles. Kind of depends. I forgot how many miles I had on my intervals, but it was like a 1-mile warm up, half-mile sprint, quarter-mile cool, that type of deal. But first off, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start rolling my feet out. I've got this lovely guy. Look at those little nubs on there. That hurts on my feet. So I'm going to do that on both feet. Then I'm taking the Wonder Stick or whatever it's called. I forget, but roll out my IT bands, my legs, calves, quads, the whole 9 yards. And then I have my foam roller. This one's actually got interchangeable pieces on the front. So nice heavy duty one. You're not going to break it. You're not going to collapse it. It works really good. So I'm going to do all 3 of those and then do a little bit of a warm up and then go for my run. So here we go. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put the ball on the floor. It's not frozen. It's nothing. It's a ball. It's hard as a rock. Well, maybe not a rock, but it's pretty solid. So all I'm going to do is put that on the floor and then roll my foot around it. And as I find a tight spot, I'm going to kind of work it around and just try to undo that tight spot so that your toes have more flexibility, loosens up those tendons in the feet, and kind of gets everything moving and grooving. So here we go. We're going to do that next. Okay, so now that we have our feet all nice and rolled out with that little ball, it's time to use the foam roller. Now, when it comes to using a foam roller, you can pretty much roll whatever you want to, right? So if you want to roll your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your lats, your back, your abductors, whatever you want to roll, you can roll. Here's the trick though with using a foam roller. When you find a ow spot, you roll over, you're like, oh man, that's tight, or ow, that hurts. Sit on it for a second. Sit there and roll back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What that is going to do is that is going to break up all that myofascial material that's just under the skin before you get deep into the muscles and everything. It's going to break through all of that goodness. Why do you want to do that? So you can promote more blood flow to that area. More blood flow means more repairing going on. There we go. I was trying to think of a fancy word for repairing, but I didn't have one, so sorry. You get me to stumble every now and then. But that's what foam rolling allows you to do, is it helps with recovery. It also helps with like a pre-workout, get that mind muscle meld going, get the blood flowing through there, get everything kind of loosened up and ready to go for a workout. Doesn't mean you can skip stretching or warming up properly, but it is part of the warm-up process. So here we go. We're going to foam roll. Mostly what I'm going to concentrate on are the IT bands, which run along the outside of the legs, and then on my quads and my glutes and my hamstrings. So quads are up in front, hamstrings are on back, glutes are the tush. So there you go. That's what I'm going to be focusing on with the foam roller down there. And again, I'm going to do just like a little hyper video thing here. But if you see me pause and just kind of stay in one area for like a half a second, I don't know how long it's going to be on the video, but if you see me pause for a second, kind of work that one area and then go back into rolling in and out, that's because that's where an owie spot is, like a hurt spot. So that's what to look for. Play around with them. You know, when you get your foam roller, play around with it, see how everything feels. There's other ways of doing it so it doesn't hurt as much, you know, more bracing yourself. You know, putting one leg down on the ground while you roll the other leg and kind of leverage yourself up off of there. So there's different techniques, but for the most part, you can roll whatever you want. So here we go. We're rolling out the legs, and then we're going to break out the stick right there. And then we're going to roll, or like massage, I guess would be a good word, for the quads and the hamstrings and the calf muscles, and get everything kind of loosened up there. So here we go, rolling out. All right, so that was about 10-ish minutes, maybe a little bit more of foam rolling. Now we're just gonna hit the stick, that guy right there. We're gonna use that guy just for a couple minutes, just kind of hit those spots I wasn't able to get, like the outside of the shins, kind of around the IT into the quad area, and just kind of work those out a little bit, just kind of roll them out, and make it feel a little bit better. And then we'll go do a real quick warm up, kind of get the heart rate up a little bit, and then head out on the run. So I know some of you are probably like, man, they're probably spending more time on just like warming up and rolling out and all that sort of jazz than you will on a 2-mile run. You are correct. I probably am spending more time on doing the foam rolling out my feet, doing the Wonder Stick or the stick or whatever it's called. Spending way more time doing that than it will actually take for me to complete 2 miles. Why is that? Well, if you remember, I had my knee issues where my knees were blowing up and it was hurting to run, hurting to walk, all that sort of jazz. I don't want that to happen again. That was not any fun whatsoever. And guess what? I didn't do any like mobility work and flexibility and warming up, any of that sort of jazz. I did very little of that. So we're going to try it the right way this time and see if we cannot get an injury. So hey, if it didn't work the first time, don't keep doing it again and again and again. So here we go. We're going to use the stick now. We're going to just, like I said, a little fine tune. Then we'll head out to the garage and get a warm up done. So here we go. All right, so that was it. That was all that I did for obviously the stick. One thing I did forget to mention on the foam roller, don't use it over joints. Okay, so don't use the foam roller in like the crook of your knee, at your ankle, in your shoulder, you know, anything like that. You don't want to put any added pressure in there. The stick though, that little Wonder Stick thingy that I had, you can use that pretty much anywhere. I wouldn't go right over the top of bone. It tends to hurt a little bit. Same thing with the foam roller, you know, going right over the top of bone ain't the most comfortable thing in the world. Different kind of owie spot, but definitely don't go over joints with the foam roller, and use the Wonder Stick or the stick or whatever it's called to kind of hit those areas a little bit more, but still be careful. Don't go rip roaring through there and really mess something up. So now that we got kind of everything all rolled out, we're going to go do a quick warm up out in the gym and then take off on our little 2-mile run. So here we go. So there you have it. There's my little like 10-minute warm up. Now we're gonna go out and go for a run. Like I said, probably spent more time warming up and working on mobility and flexibility and that type of thing than I will on the run. So run's gonna be short and sweet. Like I said, just 2 miles in zone 2. So less than 20 minutes, I'm guessing. So here we go. We're going out for the run. It's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. It's like 94, 5, 6, somewhere up in there today. So been fueling up with a lot of water, some electrolytes. Yeah, water mostly. You know, I've got my trusty hydro flask that I take everywhere with me, but I've had some electrolytes when I got home. And now we're feeling pretty good, so we're gonna go out. I'm not gonna take any water with me. Actually, take that back. I will bring like my little insulated water jug thingy. Can't think of the word for it right now because, you know, I'm ready to go run. So, but yeah, we'll take that along. That way I've got a little bit of water if I need it. Going to try not to use it, but, you know, hey, what the heck? If I've got it, I'll use it. So here we go, 2 miles, zone 2. Here we are, out on the run. They're building houses in the desert. That's how it starts off. There's all the sand, and somehow people are going to live here. I don't understand it either, but hey, I'm living here. But yeah, look at all that dirt, all that sand. There we go, just hit 1 mile, 1 more to go. Here we go. All right, well, there's the 2 miles done. Weird thing happened when I was out on this run is somehow my phone, which has a lock screen on it, decided to call the police, call 911 while I was out for a run. I was like, what the heck? They're like, you need police, fire, ambulance, what do you need? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't call. I don't understand what's going on. And so, I don't know how, but somehow my phone in the back pocket of my shorts dialed 911 and placed the call when my phone was on a lock screen. So I'm not sure exactly how that came to be. Maybe I had my phone screen towards my body and maybe something happened that way, but usually I'm pretty good about putting the phone screen away from my body. That way I don't accidentally do anything like that. But that is the first time that's ever happened. But 2 miles done at the zone 2. A little tough to stay in the zone 2 a couple times, but just getting back at it, needing to relearn paces and all that good fun stuff. So there we go. That's all it was. 2 miles done. Now we're on a 10-minute cool down, just walking around and letting the heart rate come back down gradually. So yeah, be careful with your phones in your pockets, peeps. What's going on, everybody? So it is Thursday and it is dusk. I don't know, it's like 7:30ish or something like that. So it's finally cooled down. It's probably in the upper 80s now, low 90s, something like that. It was up around 100 today, so we're gonna try this running at night thing. So here we go, just a 2-mile little cool down run, little easy run. Zone 2, 2 miles. Here we go, but man, sunsets are pretty awesome down here too. So here it is Saturday morning, getting ready to do a long run, 4 miles, I think is what I had on my schedule for today. It's a 10-minute warm up out here in the gym garage thing that we got going. And then I'll head out and do a 4-mile run, zone 2, keeping that heart rate low, building the aerobic capacity, building the base, and then come back and do a 10-minute cool down, some stretching and foam rolling and whatnot. So here we go. It's a beautiful day. The sun's already out. It's hard to see out there, but we're gonna make it happen. And I think it's in the 60s this morning, so it'll be just about perfect for running. So got to get it in before it gets too hot. It's supposed to be over 100 today. So after this, we're gonna go do some paddle boarding, and then we're going to a friend's house and hanging out in the pool. That's what you do in the desert when it's hot. So here we go. 10-minute warm up, followed by a 4-mile run, 10-minute cool down. All right, so there you go. That was the run. As you can see, got a little sweaty. It's getting a little warm out there. And that's actually going to do it for this week's video. Don't forget to hit the bell, the subscribe, all that good stuff if you like the video. I will be putting out more videos now that I'm kind of back into a good routine with work and family and everything, and I kind of know when I don't have time to do things. So look forward to more videos like this. Like in this video, we kind of covered like the pre-warm-up, you know, warm-up of going out for the run, the foam rolling, the feet, the using the stick and that type of deal. Next video we'll probably go over something like the after run cool down period, proper steps to take for that. So look forward to that next week. But that's it for this week, guys. Don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram at @TheGingyRunner and stay up to date with everything that I'm doing in my crazy life. So hey, it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. So here we go. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Take care, guys.